I die, choose a star and name it after me, so that you may know I have not abandoned or forgotten you. You were such a star to me, following you through birth and childhood, my hand in your hand. When I die, choose a star and name it after me, so that I may shine down on you until you join me in darkness and silence together. So that was For My Daughter by David Ignatow, and I chose the setting that I did, a street around nighttime, uh, because I thought it fit the mood of the poem very well. The poem has a very sad tone in general, and obviously because it's about a man who's, dying and wants to show his daughter how much he loves her. The lonely street at night is often a stereotype for kind of a sad setting, and so I thought that would fit the mood of the poem very well. And the mood is obviously very sad because it's about death. But I think it's also, and this might often be overlooked, I think it's also reassuring because the father is telling the daughter, like, even though I'm dying, you pick a star to represent me, and it'll be like I never died. It'll be like I'm with you every night, and you just need to look to that star, and I will be there for you. And it is often said that the best part of a poem trickles to the bottom, and I think that is very much the case with this poem. The poem ends with, when I die, choose a star and name it after me, so that I may shine down on you until you join me in darkness and silence together. And I think that is a very important part of the poem because it's the narrator telling the daughter, one day you're going to die too, but I mean, you don't need to fear it. You don't need to fear death because when you die, you'll get to be with me and we can be together as a family. And I think that's another aspect of the reassuring part of the poem is that even though you're going to die one day too, along with me, we get to be together afterwards. And a few other important aspects of this poem are the inner themes of family, love, and death. And I think the theme of family is very powerful within this poem because it's the narrator and he obviously loves his daughter very, very much. And he's saying that even something as powerful as death will never truly separate us because when you choose a star and I will become that star and we will never truly be separated. And I think that's a very important part of the poem is the idea of family and death that can't separate it. And the last thing about this poem is that I think this is probably the most important part of the poem is that it doesn't have like as much deeper undertone or meaning as a lot of other poems. And I think that's probably the best part about this poem, and I think David Ignatow probably did that on purpose, is that it is very straightforward, a poem about love and death and, you know, almost everlasting life, to use a religious cliche. But I think that's the best part about this poem is how straightforward it is because he wants people to be able to read his poem and understand it right away that it's about love, death, and really just how powerful family bonds can be. Like you should be able to read this to your youngest daughter and your oldest son, your grandparents, and they all should be able to get the same thing out of it. And that's how important and how strong family can be.